If you've ever heard that eating carbs before bed will make you gain weight, then congratulations, you are a victim to fitness myths. These myths made me plateau in growth for months, so I'm gonna get the record straight, and today I'm gonna debunk 8 of these myths. The first myth is that your workouts need to be at least an hour. The reason this just isn't true is that the effort you put into a workout can't be measured in the amount of time put into it. Now, like, if I put 100% into a 15-minute workout rather than 20% of a 1 hour workout, it kind of evens out. And some could argue that the 15-minute workout where all the intensity and effort is put in is even better than the 1 hour workout where you're only putting 20% effort. And at the same time, if you're working out for a whole hour straight, the chances of you actually putting in all the effort is not as likely. Now, I'm not going to say that taking an hour to work out isn't what you should do, because that's what I do. But the claim that it needs to be at least an hour for it to be effective is just straight bogus. I enjoy taking workouts that are longer than an hour. I like taking my time, and I don't know, the environment in the gym itself just brings me peace. So that's why I take so long. And also I do cardio, so that's also why it takes me a while. But the value of your workout can't exactly be measured in time. So the claim that it needs to be at least an hour is just not true. The second gym myth is that you can't lift on your period. Now, I've heard things before saying that like the week before your period and the week of your period, you shouldn't be doing too much exercise and stuff like that because you're more susceptible to injury. Now, while that is true, the idea that you should completely cut off all physical activity and not lift is not very, I wouldn't say it's exactly true, because I lift on my period, and obviously I'm listening to my body while I'm doing it. I'm not going to be doing the highest intensity stuff. I'm going to be doing more low impact stretching, moving with yoga and stuff like that. And I actually feel better after doing that. It helps with cramps. It helps with like getting things moving really. And genuinely, I enjoy doing it while menstruating because it makes me feel better. And while that's different with everybody else, for you might not be able to do nearly as much, but at least getting your steps in, at least fueling your body right, just because you're on your period doesn't mean that you should completely stop everything you're doing. Number 3 is that you need to have a gym membership in order to get started. I never had a gym membership until about 2 months ago. I have a little garage gym with some equipment that I work out with that. But even without that, I mean, if you have your body and you have a room with empty space, then you can work out. There's so many YouTube tutorials on how to like work out and body weight exercises. You could go to Walmart and get yourself a 20-pound kettlebell and just lift it home. And genuinely, even just walking around your neighborhood, getting your steps in every day, you don't exactly need equipment to start. While with progressive overload, I do think getting a gym membership is in your best interest in order to get better at what you're doing and add more intensity and level up, really. But you don't need a gym membership to start. I only had a gym membership until about 2 months ago, and I've just been messing around with the new machines and stuff like that, and I've loved it so much. Number 4 is that cardio reduces body fat. Well, while this is true to a sense, the reason that cardio reduces body fat is because you're in a caloric deficit. If you're doing hours of cardio every day, but you're eating in a caloric surplus, then it's not really doing anything body fat wise. Like, you will build endurance, your heart rate and stuff like that will go up, and it'll be good. It's exercise. But cardio alone isn't what's going to make you lose fat. It's because of the cardio and being in a calorie deficit that you lose fat. So pretend you're eating at your maintenance, you're eating 2,000 calories a day, and then you're doing an hour of cardio. Now, that would put you into caloric deficit because you're burning 2,500 calories and eating 200, so now 2,000, and now you're in a 500 calorie deficit. But cardio alone, if you're doing an hour of cardio and then eating 3,000 calories, it doesn't matter how long you did cardio. If you're eating more than you're burning, you're not going to lose fat and you might even gain weight. Number 5 is that you can spot reduce fat. I've seen like YouTube videos and stuff like that of workouts that are just like, this workout will target your belly fat, and do this workout and you'll lose belly fat in 2 weeks. That's just not how it works. It's mainly up to genetics on where you lose fat first, which for most people it's in their face. When I'm eating good, when I'm in a caloric deficit, my face is the first place that slims out and my abdomen is the last place that slims out. Now, you might get lucky and the places that slim out first for you, or one of the first places, might be your abdomen or your legs or whatever you're wanting it to be. But the main thing is that usually when you're losing fat, it goes from all areas. It doesn't go from just one place to one place to one place. Not like you lose it in your legs first and then your arms. You're actually shrinking in all areas. You're losing a little bit in your legs, a little bit in your arms, a little in your face, in your abdomen. So the idea that you can spot reduce fat isn't really true. I mean, if you're um lifting, pretend you're doing arm curls and losing fat at the same time, your arms will start to look more toned because you're putting on muscle and losing fat at the same time. But that's not because you're spot reducing fat. The lifting of weights isn't making the fat burn. It's just building muscle and, burning a couple calories while at it. And might I add, um, getting muscle and growing muscle while in a calorie deficit helps your metabolism speed up. Once I started putting on more muscle, I've been able to eat so much more and fuel my body more because I have more mass on me to fuel, and muscle itself, like a pound of muscle, I don't know the exact stats, but I know a pound of muscle burns more calories than a pound of fat. And I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. Number 6 is that eating healthy means fat loss. While I think to a degree this is true, the main point is that it's calories in, calories out. So if you're eating healthy foods like avocados, nuts, ground beef, while these things are technically healthy and they have good fats and good protein, if you're eating them in a caloric surplus, it doesn't matter how, like, what you're eating. If you're eating too much of it, then you're going to gain fat. Well, these foods are healthy. These are healthy foods, and I love these foods and I incorporate them into my diet. But if you have too much of it and it puts you into a surplus, it doesn't matter how healthy it is, you won't lose weight. Number 7 is that sugar makes you gain weight. I don't love eating too much sugar. Like, I just don't like the way it makes me feel. But the idea that sugar in and of itself makes you gain weight isn't exactly true. It's the over consumption of sugar that makes you gain weight. I have ice cream a few times a week, and I have been maintaining my weight for about a year now. But it's because I'm not eating too much of it. I'm not overindulging in it, that I can have it. I have a little bit and I call it a day. I'm not gorging on it. It's not the sugar that makes you gain weight, it's the overindulgence of it. And I mean, I can't blame you for overindulging in it because the food industry literally makes food to make you addicted to it. It's not made to fuel you, it's not made to make you feel good or give you energy. It's literally made to drain you and to make you spend money and get you addicted. So I can't blame people for being addicted to it, and that's why for some people sugar is something that you need to really reduce in your diet because some people have the genetics that make you addicted to it. So while sugar is subjective. It's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing. It just depends what you like, the mindset you go into it with. And I mean, it can be bad, but like labeling food as good and bad is kind of where it starts to spiral. So I don't really label food as good or bad. I know that sugar won't fuel me as well as, let's say, chicken breast. Chicken breast is obviously going to fuel my workouts better than sugar. But if I want to celebrate, I'm not going to celebrate with grilled chicken. I'm going to celebrate with a cookie. So it just really depends on where you go into it. But ultimately, sugar itself isn't going to make you gain weight. And number 8 is that you can tone muscle with lightweight high reps. Question mark? Question mark. There is no toning of muscle. There's building muscle and there's losing fat. You can't tone a muscle by doing, like, it's all the same thing. You're building muscle. It doesn't matter, like, lightweight high reps, if that's what you want to do, you can do that. But if you're going to do high weight low reps, you're just building muscle. Like, it's the same thing basically. You're building muscle in different ways, but ultimately you're just building muscle. You're not toning the muscle. And to get that toned, like like slim muscle definition look, you can do that high weight, like high weight low rep, or you can do it high rep low weight. Like it just depends on like your age and stuff like that. I know older people, what they want to do is lower weight higher rep because that's what their body can tolerate at that moment. But ultimately you're just building muscle and there's not really such thing as toning. Alrighty, so those were the 8 gym myths that I low-key fell for my beginning of my fitness journey. And I hope this was helpful. I hope I helped someone who is watching this. And let me know in below what kind of other videos you want to hear from me. Bye.